Okay, so to get the car in position, we tend to see the back tire of the car in front. Okay, let me see. It tends to be almost in the center of the windscreen. If you look at the... Okay, it's moving. 1 minute. That's the position there. So we're looking at the back tire of the car in front. It tends to be just a bit left of the little that little block on the windscreen wiper, which is roughly in the middle of the windscreen. That's the first reference point we need to use. So we keep coming forward, trying to maintain that position until we've gone almost past that car, which should be about here. So for the stopping point, we tend to see the front section of the middle section of the front of the bonnet tends to come in the corner, the right corner of the back window, which is what we're seeing there. So at the stopping point, we begin by selecting reverse gear, get the biting point and begin observations. Left blind spot, left mirror, head, back, right mirror, blind spot your right, looking for any cars or pedestrians coming close towards you. If you got any cars coming within about 6 cars length, stop and wait for them. Any pedestrians coming close towards you, at the moment, don't need to stop for them, we're still a bit too far. So if it's looking clear, handbrake goes down and we begin to reverse. And as you're coming back, you need to continue checking the blind spots, left and right, checking the back. As you continue coming back, but continue checking the blind spots, checking the back, and then until we get to the first turning point, which would be about here. So for the first turning point, we tend to see the back of the car. The back of that car tends to come almost at the end of the back window. That's the first turning point. Then at the first turning point, again, we begin by doing the observations all round. Left blind spot, left mirror, head, back, right mirror, blind spot your right, making sure there are no cars or there's mainly cars coming from behind, because at this point the car is going to be changing directions. You need to make sure that there was nothing coming, mainly cars from behind, before you start changing directions, because the front of the car sort of tends to swing out into the middle of the road. So at this point we're going to do half a turn left. So observations first, and then half a turn left is going to be, I don't know if you can see this, half a turn left, you would go like that. That's half a turn. And then we'll continue coming back. Again, as you keep coming back, continue looking around. Okay, there's a car coming from behind. I stop for that car. And then we'll continue coming back nice and slow. As we continue looking around, blind spot checks, left and right. So we're looking for the second turning point. So for the second turning point, we would be looking for we tend to see the brake lights of the car in front, the brake lights on the right side of the car. They tend to come roughly in the corner, above the corner of the windscreen. That's the second turning point. So at the second turning point, we're almost about a meter from the pavement, as you can see from there. So at the second turning point, we're going to be turning quickly into a full right lock. So at this point, we are okay, let me see, half a turn left. We've done half a turn left. Then we begin by again doing the observations, pretty much looking all around from your left blind spot, left mirror, head back, right mirror, blind spot your right, make sure there's nothing coming. And then if it's clear, then we go full right lock, which would be, see, so at this point, you would be able to look in the small mirror and you should be able to see a triangle which is being formed between the edge of the pavement and the car. So at the second turning point, you would continue coming in. You've gone full lock. Just keep it nice and slow. Mainly looking in the small mirror, looking out for the back tire, make sure it doesn't end up onto the pavement. You also look and see when the car is straight, but you should also be able to see the back tire in the small mirror. Again, those three clues should be able to give you a clear picture of how close the car is getting to the pavement. If you're getting too close, stop and move a bit forward. So at the second turning point, again, we begin with the observations pretty much all around. And then as you keep coming in, you would continue, keep turning quickly into a full right lock until the car is, straight. You should be able to see that in that small mirror. So you're coming in, until so that's when the car is straight. To see if the car is straight, you should be able to see the car. If you look in the mirror, the car should be parallel to the pavement. That's when the car is straight. And once you got the car straight, then you make the wheel straight by turning, that was full left lock, by turning right a turn and a half. So right would be, no, we did turn right. It would be turning left a turn and a half, which would be, that's one half, and then one complete turn. And then by this point, the wheels are straight and the car is straight when you look in that mirror. So to get the car straight, you would be able to see in the mirror. In this case, we're looking in the big mirror. The car would appear to be parallel to the pavement. That's when the car is straight, and the car should be roughly about a foot from the pavement. And to get the stopping distance correct, you need to be able to see the tire and the tire of the car in front, and a bit of the road, just a bit of the road, the tires and tarmac. And that's how the car should be positioned when you're done with your maneuver.